Back in December, I sailed on MSC World America during one of its earliest sailings, and those videos ended up helping thousands of people decide whether this was the right cruise for them. So, 6 months later, I came back with one goal: to eat my way across the ship. In today's video, I'm taking you on a food crawl through nearly every complimentary and specialty restaurant I could fit into this sailing. We want to see whether it still lives up to the hype, what surprised me, and whether this food has changed since my first visit. You don't want to miss this. With sailaway just beginning and embarkation behind us, it's time for the first stop on the World America, the buffet. Why? Because I need to get my hands on that famous pizza. Most cruise ships feel overwhelming on embarkation day, especially in the buffet. There are so many different options to choose from here on the World America. However, for me, I always make a beeline right to the pizza because it's my choice on any MSC ship. So I'm a margarita pizza kind of girl. I like it really simple, saucy, and cheesy, but I did go for the pepperoni as well. I was really excited to try it because this was piping hot. I found a really nice spot outside and the rest of the family joined me. I really enjoyed this view here. This is on deck 19 and you have a beautiful view of the water park ahead. But let's get into the food. So this is what the food looks like initially. This is the pizza and I'm just going right in for it, y'all. It was so cheesy and we were off to the start of our World America trip. As you can see, for me, MSC's pizza is everything. I think they are the best ranked pizza, and there is my shimmy, y'all. You know that when I shimmy, I truly enjoy my food. So this pizza was hot. It tasted just like I expected it to taste. And why do I say that? I've tried the pizza across multiple ships in the fleet, and I for one think that they are all not created equal. Some may not have enough sauce, some may not have enough cheese, but for me, this was the perfect ratio. So, kicking our food crawl off strong, I'm giving the pizza in the buffet a 10 out of 10. Fast forward to a few hours later, and my family and I are now discussing dinner plans. The problem is, we're tired and we don't really feel like going to the main dining room or booking a specialty restaurant. So, we head back to the buffet. Now, in the past, I've always advised that the buffet was the most standard buffet you could have on a cruise ship, and it was never my favorite. So, this is what I chose. I'm not really sure what I got, but here I am trying the food because I wanted to give it a go and see if I really liked it. Could this change my mind? So, the first food item that I tried was the cheesy baked potato. It was cheese, broccoli on a baked potato. Very standard. You call it your twice baked potato. This was as simple as it got. It wasn't overly seasoned. It was quite bland actually, but it was just okay. Now I'll be honest, one thing I noticed at this buffet is it seems as though no two items truly go together. It's almost like unless you're making a salad or a charcuterie board, you're gonna have a hard time piecing together your meal. Alright, so let's get into the salmon. We're gonna give that salmon a try. And I will say, the salmon was super fresh. It's always found in the gluten-free area where they grill a lot of items. This was very basic. It didn't have salt at all to me. I did put a little salt on it, but it was fresh. I could tolerate it. Very, very good. Now, I'll be honest, my plate made no sense, but I definitely wanted to try everything. And so this is me trying the Italian meatball. And that was a good meatball. You cannot mess up a meatball. And MSC got it right with that meatball. Really, really enjoyed this. Alright, so at this point, I was just kind of over my meal. Definitely eating the salad because I wanted to eat some type of green. But I will just say, yeah, this didn't do it for me, y'all. I'm not going to lie. I felt so, unsure about the meals going forward in the buffet. And so for that reason, I'm giving this experience a 6 out of 10. Okay, so if I'm being honest, I left dinner quite unsatisfied. So why not come to my favorite spot, pizza and burger? As I've mentioned in previous vlogs, this is one of my favorite places to come, and I absolutely love the nachos and chicken wings. So 6 months later, let's see if it still lives up to the hype. I chose chicken wings, mac and cheese, and loaded nachos. Alright, so up first is the mac and cheese. And if you've had the standard Kraft mac and cheese, then this is exactly what it tastes like, except it just has breadcrumbs on top. Not my favorite, but it was not bad. It was hot and it was fresh. So kudos to you guys for that. Now, on to my favorite, the nachos, because I was really nervous about this because I really love these nachos. So I wanted to see if the recipe had remained the same. You can't really mess up nachos, but then again, I guess you can. And oh, there we go. There is the shimmy. I am so happy with these nachos. This was the perfect welcome back meal for me. And after this, I was satisfied. I was super, super happy. Okay, and lastly, we have our chicken wings. This one was unsauced. It was a special request and they were so accommodating. I will say, I think I prefer the wings sauced. This one was good. It wasn't bad. So if you don't like sauce, I know that they will accommodate you, but I will not make that a habit, I'll be honest. So I did go ahead and try the barbecue wings, and I was really excited about these because I love these kind of wings. And did we like it? Did we like it? Yes, we loved it. These remind me of the old KFC barbecue sauce wings. If you had those, then you know. And coming in strong, I'm rating this place a 9 out of 10 because the food is simple and they just get it. It's day 2 aboard the MSC World America and my food crawl continues. Today is a sea day and we're making our way to the main dining room for the tour de brunch, my favorite way to start a sea day. Now, after my nephews had picked their fair share of bread, I was left with this raisin pastry, which, yeah, not for me. But y'all know I rave about the muffins. So we split a muffin, spread some butter on it, and it was amazing. And then enters my favorite, the huevos rancheros with a side of hash browns. I came all the way back to the ship for this. This is what my nephew ordered. He had steak and eggs, and my other nephew had French toast. And the food looked yummy. I was so excited to try it. All right, so let's give the huevos a try. I got everything on my fork, the guacamole, the chicken, and the first big bite, and it's exactly what I remember. This is why I came back to this ship, just for this dish alone. I swear by this stuff. I try to recreate it at home so much. It was savory, it was crunchy, it had so many different layers of flavor, and I love it. MSC's dining room, I shall say, thoroughly surprised me because the service was amazing, especially at brunch. I feel like they were very accommodating, and I recommend if you have a sea day to come back. And for that very reason, I am rating this experience a 10 out of 10. So I decided to come out for coffee at the Coffee Emporium. This is my favorite hangout spot, and this is somewhere that I truly come maybe 1 to 2 times a day while on the ship. I wanted to try something new because I feel like I had ordered the same thing last trip. So this is the iced salted caramel latte made with almond milk. Okay, and at first sip, I'm pleasantly surprised, y'all, because I was the one on the last cruise saying that the iced latte I had before was just way too sweet. But this was the total opposite. It was the perfect balance from the coconut flakes to the creamy almond milk. It was like a symphony in my mouth. I really enjoyed it. And for that, I will give this experience a solid 8.5 out of 10. Fast forward and the night takes us to the main dining room for Gala Night. These are some of the choices in the bread basket, but of course, items like the shrimp and lobster duo and the creamy salmon roulette caught my attention. Up first is the creamy salmon roulette, beautifully presented with caviar, and it's definitely not something I would typically order, but I was excited to try something new. All right, so we have our first bite, a little bit of caviar on our fork along with the salmon, and let's see how it tastes. Oh my gosh, this was phenomenal. This is me admiring it and now sharing it with the entire table. Telling everybody, you literally need to try this. Then I figured, oh my God, this would be so good with some bread. So I tried it on some bread from the bread basket. And ladies and gentlemen, we have a winner. So if you like tuna tartare, steak tartare, salmon by itself, any of the tartares, this is for you. In the midst of me sharing this amazing dish, my apple martini arrived, perfectly topped with 3 cherries. And I go in for that because I'm curious to see, is it really good? And the expression on my face tells you everything. It is delicious. Sip after sip, I realized I made the right choice. My second appetizer brings me to the lobster bisque, and I am always so nervous about ordering this because I never have the best experience with lobster bisque. But let's give it a go. Whew, and no lie, this was delicious. It was so good. One thing I noticed is that this soup definitely had pieces of lobster meat that I can taste. A lot of times when I order lobster bisque, it's heavily pureed, but this was smooth and had tiny pieces of lobster. I'm a textures person. I'm very weird about certain textures, but this was paired nicely and it made for quite an experience. I could have honestly stopped right here because it was so good, but I will tell you, if you get the opportunity to order the lobster bisque in the dining room, go for it. So while we're waiting for our entrees, my nephew figured that he wanted to come and talk to you guys. So before our main entree gets here, let you say hi. Talk to the people. What's your name?
Z.
This is your first cruise?
No.
No? Tell them the cruises you've been on.
Slavia.
What else?
World America.
World America. Okay.
Royal.
Okay. Carnival.
XL.
And Carnival. And Carnival. In comes our main entree. This is the lobster and shrimp duo over a bed of risotto, and I got it with a side of mash because I really don't love risotto. I feel like this is the meal that everybody goes to the dining room on Gala Night for. It is consistently good. It is highly seasoned without being overpowering. The lobster and shrimp are perfectly cooked, and surprisingly this time the risotto was good. I do like it with the mash though. I would say I prefer it more with the mash, but I was able to thoroughly enjoy this meal. And rounding out our meal, we have the strawberry cheesecake. This is a classic. It never disappoints me, honestly. This is my go-to. I always get the same meal on Gala Night, and this by far is the perfect sweet ending. So, what's my final rating? Well, after considering my experience on this cruise ship last time and my dining experience here this time, I'm going to give this experience a solid 10 out of 10. Why? Because everything from beginning to end, including the service, was phenomenal. The next day, we spent the entire day exploring the beautiful island of Roatan, Honduras. And by the evening, it was tropical night on board. And so we decided to have dinner back at the main dining room because the previous night was just that good. So truthfully, I was super tired this night because we had spent a long day out and about, but I was enthusiastic about this meal because the previous night was fantastic. Now, y'all know we cannot start our meal without saying hi to the twins, because one at bread time was busy trying to say hi to the camera, and the other was thoroughly putting butter on his bread because it's a rites of passage at our table. Hi. Thank you. You saying hi? You saying bye? Okay. Elijah, you want to say hi? Thank you so much. Now, one thing I want to point out about my table is that my nephews love bread. They love the dining room. They love the entire experience. And as you can see, Mr. Elijah here has a 9-to-5 job applying butter to his bread. Okay, you gotta eat it now. That's enough butter. Put it on your plate like this.
So what's on the kidney?
So tonight's drink of choice was a mango martini. Now, I'm not certain where they make the actual drinks in the dining room. I'm sure they have a bar off to the side that they go and they run the drinks. However, the bartender was on point. Every night, these drinks were strong, they were flavorful. I'd like to think that the bartender was a mixologist. Okay, so up first is my Caesar salad, and at first glance, I love that it is properly coated in the dressing. Sometimes I order Caesar salads and they are not the best. They either have way too much dressing or not enough. To me, there's nothing much to over-exaggerate about the salad. It's a good solid salad. I enjoyed it for the most part, and yeah, I would definitely order it again. Say hello to the Cabernet braised short ribs. Now this comes with a side of mixed vegetables as well as some polenta and some crumbled blue cheese on top. And would it really be a food crawl without trying a second entree? This is the black and red snapper with white rice and like an okra medley, beautifully presented. Now, full disclaimer, my family and I typically may order multiple entrees because we do share, and I may taste something and be like, oh, you need to try it, and I may give them some fish or some beef. So up first is our short rib. This meal was fabulous. It was well cooked, very tender. The veggies were fine, very, very good. I think the polenta was delicious, but here's where it killed it for me. The blue cheese was so overpowering. Now, I love blue cheese, but I don't like a lot of it. And I feel like the blue cheese just killed it. It was just too much, and I could not do it, so I kind of ate around the blue cheese. But for the most part, this short rib was very, very good. The red snapper also is very good. It's very light. If you like something that's not heavily spiced, but just right, the pico de gallo with the mango in it complemented it well, and I thought the white rice was perfection. And to wrap up this meal, we're going with carrot cake and a side of vanilla ice cream. Now, upon trying this carrot cake, there were like 5 different birthdays around me, and I feel like I was eating somebody's birthday cake, maybe even somebody's old birthday cake. The carrot cake was just mediocre. It was not my favorite. I have definitely had better carrot cakes than this, but when you paired it with the ice cream, you can't complain. Those paired together very nicely, and it was a sweet way to end this meal. And so with that being said, my final rating for this experience comes to a 7 out of 10. And this was solely because I did not care for the blue cheese on the polenta, and I thought that maybe that carrot cake that I ordered, I probably shouldn't have ordered it. Overall, the dining room experience was such a wonderful experience. Service was top tier, and I would definitely do it again. It's day 4 and we are in Costa Maya, but we've decided to stay on board. And today I'm starting out with coffee from the Coffee Emporium. So this is delicious. This is a Lavazza special here at the Coffee Emporium. You want to get a latte macchiato with 2 pumps of vanilla. Not too sweet, not too overpowering. The perfect wake me up cup of coffee. Today is all about grab and go bites from the walk-up venues. So we're going to start out with a Jamaican patty. Now, I raved about the ship having Jamaican patties last time, and this time I wanted to try a spicy beef patty. So this beef patty was piping hot as soon as I got it. I could barely walk back to my table with it, but I was super excited to try it. So I'll be honest, I did not want to wait for this to cool down. So this is me taking bites out of it, and oh, there is the shimmy, y'all. This is the one, okay? Now, I'll be honest, the best patty that I've had in my life was from Jamaica, but this was pretty doggone good for a cruise ship Jamaican patty. It was hot, it was flaky, it was spicy, and it was something that I truly did not want to share, if I'm being real. So up next was the Harbor Bar and Bites. The kids decided to play at the water park for the day, and my brother and I decided to grab some drinks and see what the food was like over here. So this venue offers corn dogs, empanadas, or wraps, and so I decided to give it a go. So up first was the corn dog and the beef empanada. So I took my first bite of the corn dog, and you can instantly see the disappointment on my face. These corn dogs taste like they had been warmed up in a microwave, and I wanted no parts of it. Up next was the beef empanada, and this was piping hot, fresh out of the oven. I could barely handle it. So I took a bite into it, and at first I really couldn't grasp the texture. I told you I'm a textures person, so I bit the middle to really get an idea of what the filling tastes like, and it just was very lackluster. Coming from Miami, empanadas are life, so this was very disappointing. I don't know, I kept trying to eat it, but it just wasn't for me. Now, it was so hot out today, so I ordered a frozen margarita, and this surprisingly was the best thing I had had. It was melting quite quickly, but I really enjoyed this drink. Now, my brother ordered an old fashioned, and he let me try it, and I'll just say this: old fashions are not for me. Definitely a man's drink. So, with all of this in mind, my final score is a 5 out of 10. Y'all, the food just did not do it for me. this was probably the most disappointing food that I've had so far on the ship, and I just couldn't lie about it. So you may want to skip this if you're not into the drinks, but other than that, the drinks are all I got. Okay, so today was just a big disappointment because then I found myself in the buffet and I don't even know what I put together on my plate. The buffet always feels like a scavenger hunt to me, and today was no different. Okay, so this was my plate. This was some tuna salad, salmon with asparagus, some grilled veggies, egg salad, and cheese bread. All right, now honorable mention goes to this bread. This cheese bread is super soft. It's always so good, and that's all I have to say about this plate. Now, y'all know I have to be honest. I can't get on here lying about the food being so amazing at the buffet. I really struggle with the buffet on the seaside, and unfortunately, this time around, I feel like I really struggle with the buffet on World America. I don't know if things have changed a little bit since I've been back. I don't know if they're adapting or readjusting, but this plate was very disappointing, and I'll leave it at that. So let's just say I was looking forward to dinner. All right, welcome back to Paxos. Now, if you watch my detailed review from the first time I went on the ship, you will know that I love Paxos. So I was excited to have this Mediterranean inspired meal. Now, I won't lie, I walked into Paxos with the expectation being very high because my last experience was amazing. And after the food crawl day that I had, I was looking for something that would really reactivate my taste buds. So this go round, I tried to really order something totally different so that you guys could get a perspective of what the different dishes are like here at Paxos. I did order one familiar item, but besides that, everything else was totally different for me. So this time the pita bread arrived, and if you know from my last video, I ate so much of this bread. This time, not so much. And I think it was because it was not hot. It tastes a little harder than usual. It wasn't bad. It just was not as addictively good as before. And it could have been that I was really hungry last time or that I really love bread, but this one, yeah, I don't think I ate that much this time. So at this restaurant, you get the option of having 2 appetizers. So I went with the zucchini fritters and the tiganita dalasina. And y'all know I raved about this seafood mix the last time I had it. But it hurts my heart to be honest about this. I have noticed a significant difference in the food quality. It seems as though they have cut back on the seafood. It seems even tinier, and I know it's an appetizer, but when you have something to compare it to, knowing that the quality was a little bit better, it's hard not to point it out. So, did it taste good? Yes, but it felt like I was eating salad shrimp or something, and that's the best way I could explain it. Now, did we love the zucchini fritters? And I will say this, they were good, but they were very dense and they could easily make you feel full. I think next time I will stick with the watermelon feta salad. It's much more lighter, but these were very good. They were not bad at all. And I'm so busy feeding my face that I did not see my sweet server. I believe her name is Petu. I hope I didn't get that wrong, but she was such a sweetheart and very friendly. Now, a few things that we ordered was the grilled seafood platter covered in lemon butter, the lamb shank, topped with, I believe, like potatoes, and then we also got a side of complimentary baked beans, and I think you got potato wedges. Now, the potato wedges, these were bomb. Like, I felt like other restaurants I've been to like this have had really good potato wedges, but these were so good. Like, I could eat these for breakfast or lunch or even dinner. They were so well seasoned. Then there was the lamb shank. And for me, the lamb shank was super, super tender. I think, though, that the potatoes on top were a bit too much since you already get potatoes on the side. So I probably would have just removed the potatoes on top and just ate the lamb shank as is because it was very good. Now, I had the shrimp on the platter because I had had lobster on Gala Night, and these shrimp were huge. As you can see, I am deshelling it, but the lobster and the shrimp platter alone could feed 2 to 3 people. So this was a very generous platter. These were prawns. Let me stop saying shrimp. These were prawns, and I could tell the quality was there. Unlike the tiganita that I mentioned earlier, that seemed much smaller. And y'all, these shrimp were delicious, perfectly cooked. I don't think you could eat too much of this with all the other stuff on the table, so it definitely was perfect for sharing. I think it would have probably been too much for one person. And this was the orange cake with ice cream on top. I had asked about any non-sweeter options because everything felt like it was drizzled in honey, and they told me everything is sweet. So y'all, if you get this, just know that this is sweet and everything else on the menu is very sweet. But strangely enough, I kept eating it and it was good. So yeah, I think the ice cream was a nice balance to it.
Hello to my beautiful friend. Make sure you come see her.
Thank you so much.
So what do we rate our good friends at Paxos on this trip? A 6.5 out of 10. Not that the service was bad, because that was not the issue. I just really feel like it was lackluster this time, and I really want them to get their spark back because Paxos really excited me in December, and so maybe they were having an off day or they're going through a transitional phase, but I still would recommend it on its best day. So day 5 in Cozumel, Mexico brings us to dinner at Eataly. So it is a rainy day in Cozumel, and I even decided to wear white to an Italian restaurant. Now what was I thinking? Because I knew that this time I was ordering the bolognese. I didn't get it last time, and I wanted to try some new things, and this was definitely on my list of things to order. So up first was the bread, and this is the bread basket. I opted for the softest piece of bread in the basket. This felt a lot like a mini pita bread or a focaccia bread, I guess you could say. It was good. I've never been a fan of bread with olive oil. It's not really my favorite to dip, but this was very, very good. So for my appetizer, I ordered the mixed fried seafood, and this was so yummy. I talked about this the last time I was here, and I was so glad I got it because it was just so fabulous. The fried zucchini, the fried sweet potato fries, the fried shrimp, and whitefish. It was just so divine. Every piece is lightly battered. It just is light and airy. It tastes so fresh. It doesn't have a fishy taste. And really, truly, I know this is an appetizer, but they give you a very large portion for one person. Now, my entree for the night was a spaghetti bolognese with a side of broccolini. Now, if you look really closely, you can see the steam coming off of this pasta as I'm trying to work it into my fork. But whose bright idea was it to wear white? Mine. And I wish I didn't, because I was really about to enjoy this pasta. Now, for me, this was love at first bite. It was delicious, but I was more worried about getting dirty, and I know typically they would give you bibs. I asked for one, but I was told that they were all out. So let's fix the problem. And voila, the staff brought me an extra napkin, and this is the only way I could give you guys a true review of the pasta. Now, I put a little Tabasco in this pasta because I like a little spice, and when I tell you, a time was had. This was delicious, and not one crumb was left behind. And the broccolini, bland. Moving on. Around this time, the dessert menu arrived, and unfortunately, the weather in Cozumel began to deteriorate. I could see where the rain picked up, but as I was waiting for my dessert, frozen limoncello saved the day. I love the frozen limoncello. It was the perfect mixture of sweet and frothy, and it just felt like an adult slushie. We enjoyed them, to say the least. And now it was time for the tiramisu. And y'all, I'll be honest, this was my first time truly ordering a tiramisu that was not mine. And so I was curious because others around me had always raved about it, but this was my first real encounter with it. And like I mentioned, I'm a person that's very keen on textures, so I always felt like I wouldn't like the lady fingers. Maybe they might be a little too mushy, but this was perfection. Now, service was a little bit shaky from time to time, and that's completely understandable. And also, my broccoli was not the best. And so, taking all of that into account, I'm giving this experience a solid 9 out of 10. So it's a beautiful sea day and our last sea day aboard the World America, and today we've opted to have breakfast at the buffet. Now at this point, y'all, I'm nervous because I haven't had the best experience at the buffet, but I thought, hey, why not give it a go and see how breakfast is in the buffet? Now, dare I say, I was more taken back because the food actually was delicious. I didn't even get to capture my plate. But I had a very unique breakfast. So I had skillet potatoes, bacon, the karaji fried chicken that they serve at brunch, and I had an omelet made to order. And this by far was the best food I had had in the buffet the entire cruise. Today is the last and final day, and we are at Ocean Cay. Fast forward, I did grab some food on the island, and I will say, I was not impressed. And I've eaten here several times, but this came from the Beach Shack, and it was dry, it was flavorless, and I'm mad that I even picked up a plate because I barely ate it. So, moving on to dinner, we are at Butcher's Cut Steakhouse. So the menu definitely has a lot to choose from, and as you know, we will get started with the bread. Alright, so I went for the bacon cheddar roll. These are really petite and they come with different types of butter. Now I've been to this restaurant about 3 different times, but I will say this by far has been a good opening experience. The bread was really good. I was surprised I liked it because I have not liked it in the past. And then I had the French rolls 75, and this was just pretty to look at. Let's start there. But it was good. If you like French 75s, then this was an even more romantic version of it. And that makes no sense, but that's the best way I can explain it. Now for my appetizer, I got the oysters Rockefeller. Okay, so at first glance, that is a nice sized oyster. But when I tasted it, it just tasted okay. It didn't taste like it had much going on. It was a decent oysters Rockefeller, but it was not the best that I've had. Would I get it again? No. And for my entree, I got the 16-ounce ribeye, and for my sides, I paired it with cream spinach and the Yukon Gold mashed potato. This was by far my favorite part of the meal. The steak was delicious. The sides were addictively good. I finished them all by myself, and I would come back and get this again. Dessert was the banana walnut cake, and this was so good. I really loved it, and I didn't think I would like it, but I have to point that out. It was so delectable, and I didn't leave any on the plate. So what would I rate my experience? Well, considering I did not love the oysters Rockefeller and wouldn't get them again, but everything else was fantastic, I would give this restaurant a solid 9 out of 10. From complimentary favorites to specialty dining, I had the chance to experience a wide variety of cuisines from all across the ship. While a few of my ratings surprised me compared to my sailing 6 months ago, that's the beauty of food. Everyone's tastes are different, and what I may rate one way, you might absolutely love. No matter your preference, there's truly something on board for everyone, and I hope this food crawl gave you a better idea of what you might want to try on your own. Alright, so I am enjoying my view as we pull off from Ocean Cay, but that about wraps this video up. I have tried it all. I had the steaks, I had shrimp, I had lobster, you name it, and I had such a great time for round 2 here on the MSC World America. If you've enjoyed this video, then be sure to smash the thumbs up button. It lets me know that I'm on the right track. Also, subscribe to the family because you don't want to miss another video like this. And until next time, I'll talk to you soon, girl. Peace.